Hi, my name is Adam Havrilla, and I would like to welcome you to our very first Flowers What's Next video. It is going to be an extremely fun ride, I promise you. It's going to be unique ideas and fun hostess gifts. This is our very first design we're going to create. We're going to use a vase that you may already have, add some beautiful texture yarn, and create this gorgeous design. The first thing we're going to use is whatever vase you may already have at home, or a pitcher. It has to have a pretty good size opening such as this. And some yarn. I'm using this white yarn. It kind of looks like a sweater. You know, seasons are changing, so it just reminded me of warmth. And so whatever yarn works, this works really well with the color bouquet we're using as well. So we're going to take a piece of it, just hold it in the middle. And we're just going to wrap this around. Because it's a square, it's a little bit easier. And as you can see, sometimes it falls off, but that's okay. And you just wrap it around as much as you want. But look at that beautiful texture it adds to the vase. So gorgeous. And I like to go a little bit more. And once you feel like it's good enough on that side, so take your yarn, tie it off with what you have holding, so that way it doesn't slip on you. And then let me just pull some of this out. And then you can go the other way. So what you're doing is you're creating not only a decorative moment, but we're also creating a mechanic that'll hold all of our flowers in place perfectly for us. And it's one of these custom vases, right? So when somebody comes to your home or you give it as a gift, it shows like you created this. This is a custom moment that you did yourself. And I am so glad that we're going to be spending so much time together. We have so many amazing ideas coming your way, and I can't wait to share this journey. So what I did is, as I finished, I retied it in the top, cut off the excess, this away, and look at how cool that is. And then you can go through and you could separate these if you want a little bit, just to customize it and separate it out a little bit. But the texture of this, it feels so good to even hold it. Like, it just feels warm and comforting. And what a difference from the old vase to having something unique like this, right? Love it. All right, let's add our water. I have a pitcher of water here. I've already mixed in the preservative packet that you received with the bouquet, so go ahead and do that, mix that in. And what you're going to want to do is create an opening, temporary opening into the yarn, because yarn is wicking. So if we get the top of the yarn wet, it'll keep going all the way down, and I don't want to damage your furniture. And so just open it up and just pour the water in. And now before you ask, why didn't I pour the water in before I put the yarn on? Because could you imagine having this full of water and then holding it up in the air and it's splashing all around as you're putting the yarn in? That's why I didn't do it. So just go ahead and put that in. And then we are set. Because it's our first video, I just want to share with you what makes it a little bit easier. So when you get your beautiful bouquet home, what I like to do is unwrap it and separate it by type. That way I know exactly what I have to work with, and it just makes life easier, and you can really see the beauty of the flowers. Let's start with our orange lilies. Your lilies come in looking closed. You gotta leave enough space in the design because they will slowly open. And if you have flowers pushed up against each other like that, it's not gonna open as beautiful. So just take that into account when you're doing this. Give it a fresh cut, making sure no foliage is gonna go into the water, and you can put it into your vase. We're gonna do one on either corner. And don't worry if it's a little wobbly now, the other flowers will hold it up. Next we're going to add our Gerbera daisies. The straw can come off, you don't need that. And give it a nice fresh cut and put that on the other corners. So now it looks like an X of orange, right? So what you're gonna notice when we do videos together is that color plays such an important part of design. So we really wanna see this X happening. Next, let's add our stock, our beautiful cream stock, and we're gonna put that right in the middle. And do you see how this yarn grid is just holding the flowers in their place? How beautiful. Our purple mums, Fuji mums. We're gonna do one on either side. And then our gorgeous, gorgeous dianthus. Isn't that a beautiful, it's called black cherry. I think that color is gorgeous. And let's put it on this side. All right, so there we're getting going, looking beautiful. Next we have our gorgeous spray roses. If you get your spray roses in and they have a lot of long laterals such as this, we cut them apart. So that way, from that one stem, we actually have 3 insertions into the bouquet, not just one piece. So we're gonna put one in the center. We have that line of purple, lavender going that way. We're gonna put one on this side. So now we have a cross happening within the design. How cool is that? We're gonna separate these out. Always making sure the foliage comes off. Let's cut this one a little bit shorter and we'll put it by this lily. Isn't it amazing how much you get out of that bouquet? How much stuff you can make out of that bouquet? That's what this whole journey is all about with us, is that we can do this together and create the most beautiful things together. And we're just putting these throughout. And again, they're gonna open up like the lilies do, so you're gonna wanna have enough space for them to really open up. And next our ruscus, our color enhanced ruscus. So what I do is I cut it halfway up, so we have 2 insertions instead of 1. And we're just gonna feed this in between the other flowers. Isn't this brown color just so beautiful for the season change? And it works perfectly with the orange and the purples. It really bases that, right? It has a lot of color, so it bases it down. Okay, what do you think? The fun thing about a design like this is what it looks like now is not what it's gonna look like tomorrow or the next day. All of these lilies are gonna open up, the roses are gonna open up. I think it's always fun to photograph it every day and then look back at all the changes that have happened in nature in your design. I hope you enjoyed our very first design session together. I think it's gorgeous. The yarn is just so warm and inviting. We have so much more fun activities coming our way. Next month is a special treat for Halloween and you're gonna love that. So be sure to like and subscribe and we will see you next month.